What's going on, everyone? We are back with Map It Out, episode 7, and we're right in the middle of girls' high school playoffs, boys' high school playoffs. It's a busy time for us, Alan, no doubt about it. But man, we're having fun. Lots of great coverage going on. For you, you recently were on the road. You saw the CISD schools remaining. You saw Randall and Canyon.
Yeah.
What did you see in those games this week?
Well, yeah, going back into the start of the playoffs, and we've had our conversations as far as our previews, and teams that we're excited for, so on and so forth. And while we did speak about CISD as a whole, being able to see Randall High, especially to start out, they had that huge win against El Paso Mountain View to start out. Well, yeah, to start the playoffs, and they fired on just about all cylinders when it came to that first round against Greenwood, and hearing a little bit from the coaching staff, from the CISD availability last week, getting ready for said matchup. Long story short, the shots that they were attempting, which were still really efficient shots, still shots that they were comfortable with taking, they just didn't hit those shots. This time around, firmly hit those shots. Chloe Brown was absolutely spectacular. And when we talk about youth and we're talking about the future of certain teams and certain programs, I know we're going to get into one team in particular here in a little bit, but Randall should firmly be in that conversation as well. They have tremendous coaching at the top of Coach Walthall. She's been amazing over these past few years. And again, when it comes to the leaders who stepped up with that team, I'm definitely looking at a Chloe Brown being one of, she was already seen as one of the better players that we had in the district, one of the better players in the area for how young she is, but truly going into this next season, I think she could really take that next step and really make an impact in more ways than one. So long story short, it was just amazing, all hands on deck type of affair. I believe everyone scored on that team as well when it came to that win against Mountain View. So it was a really great. It was a really great, comeback. It was a really great moment to really kind of right the ship a little bit, because again, the playoffs are the playoffs, and obviously when it went to the next round, we'll get into that here in a little bit. Kind of updating with where we are now. But there were so many positives to take away from not only that game, but throughout this entire season. They exceeded a lot of expectations, especially with the talent that they lost just last year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Randall fell to Brock last night, I believe, and that's what we saw. I got to get on the same page and get my headphones on with you, Alan. But yeah, so you're talking about Randall. Go a little more into depth about just Canyon. Canyon, man, I mean, they've got a huge matchup against Decatur.
Yeah.
Obviously, last year they fell short to them. This year, looking to get past that hump and get to the state tournament. They've got a great team over there. We were just talking about Cambry Grazier, obviously walking bucket, great scorer, but also great teammate as well. Gets a lot of the girls involved. That entire team, even the girls that come off the bench, can just absolutely hoop. I mean, it's a full team for sure.
And I believe we may have spoken about it either last week or the week prior. This matchup here, I mean, definitely not outlandish to say whoever wins this has a very, very solid shot of hoisting up that trophy in a couple weeks down the Alamo Dome. I mean, to see them as well when it came to that game a couple rounds ago against Riverside, we've talked about it and we've seen them. I've certainly seen them in passing. You've certainly seen them a little bit more throughout the regular season than I was able to. But truly, I don't believe there is a more well-oiled machine of a program than the Canyon Lady Eagles. Again, Cambry Grazier was absolutely phenomenal, but not just when it comes to her scoring and being able to get into her spots. She is a fantastic playmaker as well. There are a lot of great looks to the Addison Cunninghams of the world, great looks to the Ty Wrights of the world, the Braley Crockett's of the world. And we go back to the depth of this team as well. Reese Wilson had a heck of a game, especially in the second half, game going from beyond the arc. So you have solid rebounding, great playmaking, great defense. I've said it like a broken record, but it truly is valid in this case. They have just about every single box checked off that you need to have to be not just a great team, but a championship caliber team. From great coaching all the way up top, all the way down to even some of those who got called up throughout the playoffs as well. You saw a couple of those call-ups make some impacts as well when it came to that game against Riverside. So could not have been more excited to see what they've been able to do throughout the season, especially when it came to that game against Riverside. And this game against Decatur, we've seen it. We've seen them from afar. Well, at least we've heard of Decatur from afar, considering that it's been a back and forth affair, to say the least, between Decatur and Canyon over these past couple of years. So this matchup coming up, this is the heavyweight fight of heavyweight fights when it comes to girls basketball in the Texas Panhandle. So I'm excited to hear about it. I'm excited to see what the outcome is going to be. If there's any bit of carryover from the previous rounds into this game against Decatur, very tough back and forth affair. But I think we can also see not only the great composure from Cambry Grazer, that's another thing that I didn't mention. She might be the most cool, calm, and collected player that we have in high school basketball. Like she doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. She is literally unfazed whenever she has the ball and whenever she's moving without the ball as well. That's one of those things that can get you further than just your skill set has you out to be when you get to the next level. Being able to move without the ball, showing those types of intangibles, that's been Cambry Grazer's not just senior year, but throughout her entire career. There have been some great players that have had some looks maybe outside of a Cambry Grazer whenever she was younger. So to now be in this spot, to be the leader that, quite frankly, I think she's always been, but to really have these opportunities to show it on this type of stage, you can't ask for anything better from a leader like her. You can't ask for better role players and better teammates than what we have seen from the Tyrettes of the world, the Cunninghams of the world as well, the Michaela Sharbers of the world. The list goes on and on.
Yeah,
it's again business as usual for the Lady Eagles.
Plenty of great players on that team, right? And like you said, Cambry Grazer just cool, calm, and collected. Doesn't get shaken up at all. This is going to be, like you said, heavyweight matchup. Probably our best matchup this week that we'll have. And I mean it's going to be. It's a big matchup. Yes. And like I said, they fell short last year. Definitely got to try to get over the hump this year. And like you said, I think this could be the state championship in that bracket, 100%. I think whoever wins is gonna hoist that trophy over in San Antonio for sure.
Definitely.
But this is just a huge matchup. Decatur has their star player back after she, with a little bit of a scare with the surgery, wrist and everything. Style over there, she does a great job. But I mean, we'll see. Not too sure if she's 100%. If she's still doing what she usually does. But I mean, Decatur's there and Canyon's there, and man, like you said, heavyweight matchup. Cannot wait.
Yep.
One of our other heavyweights in the area for sure, 5A Tascosa. I got to see them on Monday in Childress. A fun game against Joshua, who. They upset Alito, I believe, in the previous round.
I think so. Yeah, I forget what the score was, but I did hear about this.
It was a low scoring affair. I could tell Joshua kind of holds the ball a little bit. I think shot clock fixes that, but that's a whole other debate for another day.
There have been a lot of back and forth throughout the years about the implementing of it. It could be a whole thing.
And I get it. If you're in position to take advantage of that, I mean, and they can't steal the ball, then I get it. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Morally, I don't know if that's right either. Play basketball, you know what I mean? But anyway, they kind of did have a lead, and we're holding the ball, but then Tascosa found a way to steal the ball, play defense. Tascosa's just, I mean, they're a tough team, man. They show grit, and they're not down for long at all. People are going to start thinking I'm biased, but you just got to talk about the Tascosa Lady Rebels, I mean, they're just having a great season. Nakia Fisher, several big plays in that game. I remember Ann won in the fourth quarter, put them up like 40 to 37. Man, she was pumped up. Devea Johnson, not sure how many points she had, but man, she scored a lot in that game. Some big threes and definitely going to work in the post as well. Mackenzie Dickinson kind of did both playmaking and some big buckets as well. She's really stepped in and done a good job as far as just point guard role. Scoring when you have to, but making some great passes. Got the ball to wide open teammates throughout the game, and they were behind pretty much most of the game, but the fourth quarter, 15-0.
Yeah.
That's huge in any game, right? I mean, no better time to be clutch than the fourth quarter. And Tabor even said that, at the end of the game, we were talking like, man, turned it on in the fourth quarter, turned it on at the right time. We were right there the entire game, played our best basketball in the fourth quarter, and that's all you can really ask for, right?
Absolutely. And, again, as broken records throughout really the past couple of months now, the Tascosa Lady Rebels, I don't want to say that they've just figured it out, because there's no such thing as perfect basketball, no such thing as perfect anything. But if there's ever a team that is pretty darn close, for as much as we've talked about the Canyon Lady Eagles, and very much well deserved, they've earned every bit of the credit and the kudos that they have had throughout these years. Coach Tabor, again, year one inheriting this team while it's still been quite a bit of talent, quite a bit of girls returning, and certain girls they're even able to make that next step as a player in their development. You couldn't have asked for a better leader, a better just mind to put them in the right spots. And then from there, you just roll the ball out, and Devea Johnson does what Devea Johnson does. There is a reason she has been one of probably my 3 favorite players in all of high school basketball that I have watched throughout these past couple of years. The way that she grew from her junior year to her senior year as a player, and I can only imagine now to looking in some of the things that she's grown into as a leader, being a senior on this team as well. You couldn't ask for a better leader in that spot. Again, Emily Sims make the impacts that she's been able to make from an intangible standpoint, whether it's just picking girls up, whether it's just been being that type of positive force that you need to have on the sidelines with this team. It's been absolutely incredible to see. Mackenzie Dickinson has been phenomenal in those guard, starting guard, complementary guard types of roles as well. Angel Green's a great facilitator in her own right also. You have the pieces. You have the shooting. You have the rebounding. You have the defense. You have the guard play. Yeah. Like, there isn't much else that you really need to really tighten up and get sharper on as you move further into these playoffs. Now, as we are getting into these later rounds, there's always going to be that thing of, can you still keep that level of composure, whether you're at the foul line, whether you're staying disciplined with not committing fouls as much. Again, you saw it more than I did the other night. I think there shouldn't be much concern, in my opinion, going moving forward here. Like, this team has been absolutely incredible to watch. They've been so much fun to watch throughout this entire season. I really do hope that this continues.
Yeah, 100%. Great team, well coached. Huge matchup as well. Basically, another heavyweight, in my opinion, Decatur Canyon, Tascosa, Denton Ryan. That's a regional final matchup from last year as well. Denton Ryan, can't remember what the score was exactly, but it was pretty close the entire way. Just fell short at the end. So 2 big games in 5A and in 4A. I think it's a back-to-back in Childress as well again. So it'll be Tascosa, I believe, playing Denton Ryan, then Canyon, or maybe the other way around. But 2 great games in Childress on Friday. It is going to be, it's going to be awesome. And I believe it is on Friday. I'm checking. Yeah, Friday Childress. Yeah, so it'll be Canyon, Decatur first at 5 o'clock, and Tascosa and Denton Ryan at 7 o'clock. Man, if you don't have anything to do on Friday, head on over to Childress and see some good girls basketball.
Absolutely.
That is 2. Matchups where we're saying, Canyon and Decatur definitely could be the state champs right there. Tascosa and Denton Ryan probably could be the same thing as well, because I believe Denton Ryan was the state champion last year in that bracket as well.
I think they might have been. I think so. Because Monterey was Division II, and they're Division II this year as well. Which, again, props to them. They've had a phenomenal playoff run as well. Again, Canyon, I think, can definitely make the run. We've talked about it. I think it's this could and probably should be the year that they really make that run. I would not be shocked if Tascosa's amongst those teams as well here in these next couple of days. Again, they have played as close to perfect basketball as you could possibly think of. Now, again, I'm not a coach. Like, I don't have all the intricacies and all the ins and outs of it all, but the things that you need to have to come up with wins, not just when it came to the district championship, but throughout these first couple of rounds, you need to have that extra reserve in the tank to really get going, and they've exceeded that. They've exceeded those expectations with flying colors. I would also like to say, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a really good Alex Carter performance still in the cards. She's a phenomenal
100%.
shooter, phenomenal clip from beyond the arc.
I will say she struggled a little bit from 3 on Monday. Wouldn't be shocked if she came out Friday and just said, you know what, forget that performance on Monday. I'm about to just absolutely spray it from 3.
If she has 15 points from 3, are we surprised? I don't think so.
No, and that's what it is for 3-point shooters. Some nights it's like, it's a struggle, but some nights, like, you can't miss. And if she comes out and does that against Denton Ryan, man,
it's a fight.
Curry, man,
it's gonna be a fight.
Good night.
Yeah,
good night. It's gonna be a fun matchup. I cannot wait. Both those matchups, I will be ready for those results 100%.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, like I said, 2 heavyweight fights, 2 matchups you definitely want to be watching for sure. And the winners of those games are going to be feeling pretty good, because that is a tough regional final matchup in both those games.
Absolutely.
And we're looking forward to it for sure. Moving down a little bit, Class 3A, we were kind of worried about, right? In the girls division.
Yeah.
But Bushland.
Yeah.
Bushland Lady Falcons.
Yeah.
What a win the other night. I mean, and now they're in the regional final. They take on Shallowater, who's a tough team as well. They beat Stillwater the other night. But, I mean, good for Bushland. Like, you kind of talk about, oh, it's a volleyball school. Oh, it's a football school. And then when it gets to basketball, it's kind of whatever, But, I mean, Lady Falcons have looked great this year. They have a full team.
Yeah, it's more of a well-rounded school than people give it credit for. I mean,
Yeah.
Again, when it comes to great leadership at the top, Coach Allen very firmly amongst those great leaders, those great minds that you want to have in your program. And they've also had their fair share of great moments. They've exceeded some of the thoughts and the expectations for this team because of how successful the other programs have been throughout these past couple of years. For basketball to make the waves that they have been, I'm excited to see what the Lady Falcons are able to do this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've been a great team. It's been fun to watch. I saw them a couple of different games when they played Dalhart and when they played Canadian. I think maybe somebody else, but it's just been a fun team to see and kind of see what they do exactly. And I mean, they've got great playmakers, they've got great scorers. But what an exciting win the other night. I think I said Stillwater. I believe it was Sweetwater. There's a bunch of waters out there. They beat some. They're playing shallow water next.
Yeah.
They're going to play all the waters, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, just a great win, and they're going a good distance for that program for sure, and it's great.
And props to 3A basketball as a whole throughout this year as well. Like whether it's been the Canadians of the world, the Dalharts of the world, obviously Bushland as well.
Yeah.
That's been like as we talked about it last week when it comes to some of those smaller classifications and getting into this playoff run. That's been even just seeing the clips and the highlights and even just hearing from afar, it is still as crazy of an environment, still as action-packed of an environment as one can make it out to be. So props to them for having the type of not just great play, but the support with those teams throughout this playoffs as well.
Yeah, definitely. And so, I mean, we'll see what they got against Shallowater. That's a good team as well. Saw them play against Dalhart. I believe they beat Dalhart in that first-round matchup. So it'll be fun. Then we got a good one in 2A, Panhandle and Wellington.
Yeah.
I think they've definitely met up several times before. I don't know, maybe not in the regional final, but that's usually a fun matchup right there. But, yeah, I mean, the Panhandle girls, I mean, we know about them 100%. We talked about Riley Segura not too long ago, going to my alma mater, Abilene Christian, across the board. Great team. Allie Ashley, Coach Ashley's daughter, said that 1,000 times. Shout out. Just a fun team to watch. The energy always high. Student section always going off for the Panhandleettes, no doubt about it. But just a team that is very close, you can tell, and a team that's going for a state championship, especially at the 2A level. That is one of the best teams you'll find at the 2A level, in Texas for sure. I mean, they've got too many scorers, too many playmakers, and they play great defense too. I watched them against Abernathy, and they had blocks, steals, whatever. I mean, they even had a slow start against Abernathy, but they still ended up, beating them pretty bad. And they still found a way, right?
For sure.
And that's kind of what that team does. And then against Ropes the other night, I think they won that one like 69-18 or something like that, and that's in the regional semifinals. So, I mean, Panhandle playing great basketball, and they look like a state championship team.
If there's like for the student athletes that may be watching and listening in, and those like myself, whenever I was their age, that heard the idea and the importance of playing defense, but at the same time, hey, if I can pull this from 30 feet out, best believe I'm launching this thing from 30 feet out. But for all the times that you may have heard, whether it's from your coaches, whether it's from the school side of things, AAU, whatever the case, that have talked about the importance of defense, that you need to hang your hat on defense, that the defense wins championships type of mindset. Again, great teams that definitely embody that, but I don't know just how many truly embody it more than seeing what Panhandle's been able to do this season as well.
Oh, yeah. Tough team. Just, overall, like I said, defense, offense, and you got a great leader, Riley Segura. I mean, D1 basketball player.
This is the time of the year where I've said a couple of times for games, the stars need to be the stars. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be an all hands on deck type of affair. Don't get me wrong, but you need to have Riley say, "Hey, give me the ball. Let's make something happen if need be. You need to see the Devea Johnson of the world saying, hey, we need to make this work. Get out the way. I mean, again, even talking about some of the Lubbock schools, Ambrosia Cole had a near 30 piece the other night. Like there are plenty of moments where she says, hey, I'm the play, and you need to make something work. But again, you need to have everyone in tune, everybody on the same page.
Sure.
But it's always great to have that in your back pocket of, hey, if you need a bucket, Riley Segura can get you that bucket. If you need a bucket, you have that.
And I mean, they've got plenty of great players. Like I said, Allie Ashley can score. They also got girls like Paige Bixby. She shoots threes.
Yeah.
Evan Shadid, she's good from three as well.
Yeah.
A lot of buckets on that team.
Definitely.
I mean, shooting from three for sure. Riley Segura is more of your overall player.
Yeah.
But just plenty of great players that step up and know their role, play defense, shoot the three. I mean, it's just like I said, if Riley's not scoring, somebody else on that, plenty of other capable girls on that team.
Yeah.
And when you have several talents on the same team at the 2A level, it's just, I mean.
But what can you do?
It's very rare, right?
Yeah.
And it's just very capable basketball players on that team at the 2A level. It's hard to stop, because maybe there's more, I don't know, specialization at that level. There's a lot of athletes, 5A, 6A level or whatever. Man, 2A, when you find a team like that, that's like, man, they're hitting from three. You got a D1 player on your team. Like, I mean, it's like you said, what can you do? Right?
Like those are the types of teams that you would honestly love the hypotheticals of rolling the ball out against the 4As, the 5As, just to test the mettle of those teams. One thing I love about WT and their summer camps throughout the years that they will have the full team aspect, like the team camps. So you can have teams from Amarillo, from Canyon, from Pampa, from all the surrounding areas, those who want to come out there. Again, just roll the ball out. Like you go through the drills and the fundamentals, but more times than not, we're just going full on open runs and just see what we're able to do from there. I love those types of things. I love those types of moments. And again, for teams like in the 3A level and lower than that, I think with those types of talented teams, I want to see truly what they're capable of, because I think they are capable of immense success, which again they've had throughout the season already. But to that point of the depth from top to bottom, there aren't too many teams that can really hold a candle to that in my opinion.
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, it's a great team, and across the board, I think that's a team that can win the state championship 100%. But they are playing Wellington, who's had a good run.
Yes.
So many Canes.
Yeah.
Tatum Kane.
Yeah.
Tatum Kane is on that team. We've seen Kyla Kane. We've seen Presley Kane over there at WT right now. And now it's Tatum Kane's turn, man. They're having a good run as well. That team's pretty solid. They have a good playoff presence for sure. They beat Stratford. They beat New Deal and Azona last night. So just they've had a great run as well. They made it all the way to the state tournament a couple of years ago. Had a great run, had a great team. This year they run into Panhandle in the regional final, which is awesome. It's a 806. It's a Panhandle all regional final there. So a fun game. And so regardless, someone's going to the state tournament there. But yeah, it's just going to be a fun matchup. And, I enjoy watching both teams. Looking forward to it. Panhandle's obviously very talented, but Wellington fun to watch as well. That's just a game you kind of look forward to. Don't necessarily root for anyone. You're just kind of like, all right, man, let's just see a good basketball game. And you love seeing those kinds of games.
Definitely. I mean, especially in Wellington's case, they've had success with other programs throughout the years as well. But basketball, one of those other teams that I hear in the back of my mind of, watch out for the Skyrockets. Wow, watch out. They'll be there before you know you're blinking, and they're putting up a smooth, 50, 60 some odd points. There's still time left in the third quarter. You know what I mean? Like they can get it done in a multitude of ways. So I'm excited to hear what they're able to do coming up.
No doubt. Moving down a little bit, Groover. We talked about the boys last week.
Yeah.
Great team.
Yeah.
Girls team. Wow. I mean, and that win the other night against Whiteface. Yeah. Man, Marley Moppet.
I saw that play.
Regulation tire and then game winner in OT.
Yeah.
She's taking after her sister, man. It's beautiful to watch, honestly. And how clutch is that? You know what I mean? Against a team like Whiteface, who I think was 33-3 coming into that game, or I think they had 30 wins. And so Gruber was like, doesn't matter. We're going to win this game. We're going to come with 2 clutch buckets for you as well.
Yeah.
So.
No, the task in hand is the task in hand. Like all the cliches and all the things when it comes to postseason time of just going 1-0 each week. Like, they are amongst those teams that truly embody this is what the focus is.
Yes.
We're not worried about outside noise. We're not worried about expectations that are placed upon us, whatever. We're focused on what we have here. We're focused on the girls in this room, the task at hand.
Yes.
And again, like, I didn't see too much outside of that play that truly encapsulated just that, not only that game, but just seeing Groover throughout the season. Like,
no doubt.
Death, taxes, and Groover basketball. We talked about it last week.
Groover grinds. How about
that?
Yes. It's a grind all season. And like I think like last year the group of boys that were playing, like they lost a total of like 4 or 5 games, football, basketball, and baseball. And I think it's pretty much the same for the girls. They lost 5 basketball games, but I mean across the board, they're talented, dude.
Yep.
And that is a huge win. I mean, a gutsy win the other night against a team like that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, 2 clutch buckets from Marley Maupin, man, taking after her sister playing over there at Texas Tech. I think you might have heard her, Bailey, right?
Yeah, she's all right. She's all right. Pretty solid player.
Yeah, pretty solid player. You know, I think she's getting up there. Might already be Texas Tech's leading scorer.
I think so. If not, she's
close.
Like, she's 1 foot in the door.
She's close.
If she's not in there already.
For sure. But, man, I mean, yeah, it's a great atmosphere to see. And it's always fun to see Groover, their crowds, and you know, whether it's boys or girls competing, they're showing out. They love them some Greyhounds for sure.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. They play a new home is who they got. 6 o'clock at Cap Rock Thursday. So, yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's
going to be a fun one.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Okay.
That's just right in town, too.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
like
you'll
that.
definitely got a big crowd over there at Cap Rock for sure. Finally, you said death, taxes, right?
Yes.
What did we say last week? Death, taxes, Nazareth girls basketball.
Yep.
And again, Text Line's also a local team, so nothing against them as well. I mean, this is like you're basically like Panhandle Wellington, Text Line, Nazareth. That is a fun matchup.
Incredible teams.
And Nazareth's for real. I saw him play the other night against I think it was White Deer, and man, they hooped.
Yeah,
they hooped. It was I want to say it ended up like 80 to 30 something, but man, that team is solid, very close. And it seemed like they had a pretty full bench too. I mean, at the 1A level, you got a pretty full bench like that, and like girls that are that talented, man, that's a rarity. And Naz knows how to do it in basketball over there for the girls, 100%.
Like for, you know, I remember whenever I was playing in school, and there were some moments where, you know, it kind of had that you were knocking on the door of getting caught up for the playoffs and seeing what things are looking like, and there's always that like moment you walk into the gym, get ready for that bi-district game, and the eyes get wide for just a brief moment. You know what I mean? But for myself, again, there's a reason why I stuck with football as opposed to basketball. Like, not to say that that was terrible, but
come on, Allen was hooping back in the day. Come on now.
but saying that to say, props to those who are getting caught up. Props to those from those JV teams getting those looks and not only being there and experiencing and absorbing all of this, but in certain moments thriving in those moments as well. Like we saw with a couple of different teams, whether it was both Canyon girls teams with Randall as well as Canyon High. We've seen it throughout. Just in general throughout these playoffs. I mean, the Amarillo schools had a couple of call-ups as well, if I remember correctly. Props to the basketball scene in general. Like we spoke a bit about it last week, but you listed off these matchups getting ready for these region championships. There's not a single one where I'm thinking, all right, cool, that should easily go one way versus the other. Like these are games that, as obviously,
happen, right?
As obviously being in this round of the playoffs, but truly, every single one of these are one possession games, maybe 2 at most, and that's bringing in potential maybe mental miscues, someone fouling out by chance, but like scrap all of those extracurriculars when you have my top 5 versus your top 5. Again, heavyweight fight, top to bottom over these past couple of days and over these next couple of days.
Yeah, who's gonna hoop? Who's gonna last? Right?
Yeah,
you know, it's like. These are great regional final, honestly, and it's good for our area for sure.
Definitely,
we got some hoopers for sure on the girls' side.
Definitely,
hoping to have maybe 3 state teams. Hopefully,
yeah. I promise it's not just football here.
Yeah,
right. Like as someone who's not from
basketball.
Here, I've been up here for a number of years now. I promise it is just not football. Like basketball has been so much fun to watch.
Oh
this
man,
season.
No doubt. You're so right. Now, real quick, I got to give a shout out to one of my friends from high school. His name's Grant Potter.
Yeah.
He messaged me on Facebook the other day saying, like, hey, man, Presley Potter, who plays for Texas Line, she just messaged me, their family. And he's like, hey, Max needs to come to one of my games, right?
Yeah.
We finally got somebody out to a Text Line game. They beat Whit Harrell the other night and smoked them pretty good.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to just embarrass them real quick and say, hey, we got to a game. We got some great highlights. It's fun. It's good. Text Line's solid, man.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good team.
Yeah.
They got some hoopers over there.
Yep.
And like I said, Presley, she's one of the leaders of that team. I think she's a senior now. But yeah, I just had to embarrass them real quick. That's really all I had to do. But yeah, Text Line, a solid team. They're usually deep into the playoffs. The boys have had a pretty historic program over there, but recently the girls have gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Just moving the ball, a lot of good shooters. They look good against Whit Harrell, and they made it this far to the regional finals, and that's a great matchup they've got against Naz. It'll be a pretty good fight, I think. Naz is a very talented team, but had to shout out Text Line
for sure,
just because he's got family friends over there and stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, when you see this on Facebook, just know I was just trying to embarrass you guys. So.
I love it.
But no, yeah, so that's great, man. On the girls' side, like you said, just great basketball. Good for the 806, good for the Panhandle. A lot of games that people can go and watch and support. It's just getting better. Just across the board, football, volleyball, basketball, softball, baseball, track, everything. It's just like, man, it's impressive. And it's a good place to be in this area as far as high school sports go because it's just getting so much better.
It absolutely is. It's a great time to be an 806 sports fan. It's a great time to get out there to these activity centers over the next couple of days. Get out here to a couple of these ballparks coming up pretty soon as well. Baseball, softball, if not already, has been starting. So I'm expecting a lot of great moments as we get into the springtime around here.
No doubt. I can't wait. Do got to talk a little bit about the boys. Amarillo High, Tascosa, Paladuro, they all move on. Good for them. They're going on to the second round. We're excited to see West Plains continues to do undefeated in district. Had a great performance for them. So looking forward to it. And again, that's one of those schools that we always constantly talk about, just plenty of athletes on that team. What do you expect out of West Plains, you think, going through the playoffs?
I mean,
you think they could make a pretty good run?
I think it's definitely possible. They have the pieces for it, I believe Aiden Laura, I believe is the name.
Yes.
Props
I think
to
you're
him.
right. Yeah.
As someone who was not even half of the player that he is, to come back from the injuries that he has had throughout his career, as someone who also tore their ACL, tore their knee up in so many different type of places. Whenever I believe their age, it took more of a toll than one would like. There's always the amount of mental hurdles to get over and get through whenever you have an injury like that. But to have the injuries, to have the injury history that he has had throughout these past couple of years, still come back, still make impacts the way that he has been for this West Plains team. Props to not only the physical side of him as far as him getting back ready, getting back healthy as best as he can, but the mental and emotional sides of things as well. It takes a lot to really not only get back into that spot, but to feel comfortable being back into that spot. And for him to come back, have an undefeated district season, to be in the playoffs is where we are right now. They have the piece. All that to say, they have the pieces. And if we're talking about the stars being the stars, he is among the top of those stars on the boys' sides of things.
No doubt about it. And it's been an exciting team to watch this season. Like we said, undefeated in district play. Plenty of guys we know from football on that team. Excited to see if they can make a good run in basketball as well. I'm thinking they do have a chance. Randall also still in it. They got Clint Mountain View, Andrews tomorrow. Looking at more teams. What do we got here? Obviously, we got Groover. I did see Panhandle last night. And, we've given the girls' team a lot of credit, and I admit we have not been able to make it to a lot of boys' games, but I saw them against Spearman last night. Man, they got some hoopers for sure. And Broxton Robinson, he's not just QB1, man. He's also out there on the court with everybody as well. I could tell they move the ball quite well. And they got three-point shooters. Caden Arms also playing some great ball. Across the board, just looks like, they don't miss a beat when they go from football to basketball, at least this year. And watching them against Spearman last night, they were moving around, student section, wild as always, right? And so, I mean, I don't know. Panhandle could be a team that you really have to watch out in the boys bracket as well, just because they've got athletes and everything. And they had, I think, 1 or 2 All-State players, I think is what it was, something like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, man.
It's
great.
True question. How many teams, in your opinion, how many schools, better yet, in your opinion, have both boys and girls teams with legitimate chances of making deep runs?
What
We
do
can
you
say it
got?
about a couple of teams, but I do think that Panhandle is amongst
Panhandle,
those.
you got Groover, Text Line.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Nazareth, maybe. I think Nazareth boys are usually pretty good as well. 21-9. They got McLean Thursday or tomorrow in the Emerald High.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else.
I think Tascosa's still on the 5A sides of things.
Canyon, kind of. I don't know. I think Canyon boys might have lost. I'm not sure.
I think they did. Yes.
They did.
Yeah.
They were both fairly good during district. I mean, Canyon girls obviously, but I mean the boys had a pretty good district run as well. Tascosa, both sides have been pretty good this year. Emerald High is usually both of them pretty good.
I think PD still will. Props
PD,
to props to PD girls. It's been a phenomenal season. Of course, they fell to Argyle not too long ago. But as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and you said it perfectly as far as the fantasy, the dynasty drafts.
Yes,
they will be more than fine over these next couple of years.
You got to recognize that as one of a promising dynasty type of team as far as your age and how much talent you have and how much playing time they've gotten.
Yeah.
2 freshmen, all the playing time in the world, a sophomore, all the playing time in the world. So, yeah, PD, I mean, yeah, we definitely had to mention them. They've ran into a very talented Argyle team. But, man, moving forward next year, 2 or 3, watch out, man. Paladero is going to be making a run in the bracket. I think at some point they do get over the regional final hump and make something happen because that team is more than worthy, especially with the youth that you have and the playing time that they're getting. So that's very, very exciting to watch.
100%. Another year of Taylor Meander and Addie Johnson in that backcourt. Another year of Zineb Dang being the great scorer that she is. They will be 1,000,000,000,000% fine. Promise you that.
Definitely. But what a just what a great few rounds we've had, girls and boys basketball playoffs. And just we're ready for more. All the heavyweight fights we got in the girls, and we're continuing with the boys. Just fun to see, and like you said, the dueling schools, both the girls and boys sides, both of them play great. I mean, it's awesome to see that.
Definitely.
But so much to be excited about. Just can't wait to get the highlights. Can't wait to see just who continues to make a run. Just a lot of great basketball. I know you're ready for that.
And we'll expand it out. I know we have a couple other things, especially on the national sides of things we'll get into here in a bit. But for basketball fans in general, this has been such a fun past couple of weeks. So we can even get to some Olympic talk here in a little bit. I know I was definitely not waking up at 6 in the morning.
Can we?
Yeah, no, for sure. I was certainly not getting up at 7 in the morning for it. But
don't worry. I saw your Chance the Rapper story the other day. We're doing that hockey.
Man,
I got you, Alan. I got you, man.
I
I
woke
got you
up
covered.
with the biggest smile on my face when I first heard the results. But saying that to say, this has been such a fun past couple of weeks for basketball on the high school side of things around here. WT, they're in the last couple of home games for their regular season, getting ready for the playoffs as well. NBA, it has some moments, I'll say, especially post All-Star break. But this has been such a fun into the wintertime and getting ready for spring because, again, baseball's around the corner as well. Softball's around the corner as well. The tournament, the D1 tournament's coming up. As a sports fan, you're very hard pressed to not find some things to really sink your teeth into and really get invested in over these next couple of weeks.
Oh man, we've got it's like kind of right now is a little slow. We're kind of caught a week that's a little slow, but man, before this week and then coming up in the next few weeks, like you said, it's gonna be so exciting nationally. I cannot wait. There's so much that's about to happen. Before we go, one more player I had to shout out on a Panhandle as well. Luke Schmucker, man, that guy was hooping hooping as well. He had
Yeah.
three. He had. I want to say he had like 3 threes while I was there, 4 threes. Him and I communicate quite a bit too. We'll send each other video of stuff sometimes for shows or whatever he's editing as well. So he's a good guy to communicate with.
Yeah,
as
shout out to him.
Yeah, great dude. And then he's apparently a hooper as well too. I got to see him. I think I might have seen him before, but I saw him last night for sure. He was hitting long range threes.
I like that.
Helped lead the Panthers to a by-district win over Spearman. But yeah, man, a lot to look forward to locally. We got to talk national though, man. I got a lot to say.
Okay.
Positive, not negative, positive. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on Map It Out. All right, welcome back to Map It Out, everybody. Episode 7. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. Alan, I got one question for you.
Yes.
Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, man, I saw a lot.
I was pumped, man. I mean, I just I'm still losing my mind right now.
Yeah.
Because I woke up.
Yeah.
I did wake up. I was one of those that woke up. I love me some hockey, 100%. Maybe on a lot of the name sides of everything. You know, I don't remember everybody's name, and you know, I'm not studying the NHL throughout the season, but I love watching the playoffs. Yeah. And I love me some Dallas Stars. Stars.
Sir.
You know,
yes,
but
sir.
USA hockey, man. Here's so 1980, right? Miracle on Ice.
Yep. Great movie.
Great movie.
Yep.
Great performance. Bunch of college amateurs or just amateurs beating a bunch of Russian professionals, right?
Oh, yeah.
2026. It's now Canada that we're worried about. There was, to me, it was just, we weren't worried about a thing. We took the ice with confidence, right? And the performance was great. One of the best, on the men's side, one of the best performances for a goalie I think I have ever seen.
That's Hollaback, I believe his name?
Yes, Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah,
Hellebuck. Yeah. And a lot of people were trying to pronounce his name after he finished that performance.
Yeah.
Hellebuck.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, the thing is, so Nathan McKinnon had that quote after for Canada where he said something along the lines of like, I'll let you decide who the better team was today. I understand what he's saying. I get it. However, Hellebuck said, guess what? Your dominant performance wasn't enough. Your controlling the puck and peppering shots wasn't enough because guess what? I'm here to stop it. I'm here to stop it, baby. And the stick save, one of the best saves you'll ever see, considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
The performance, probably one of the best goalie performances you'll ever see, considering circumstances.
Yeah.
USA, baby.
Dude might have been my favorite U.S. goalie since Tim Howard on the men's soccer side of things.
And he just won the Hart Memorial Trophy too as a goalie. And you have to see how that is crazy. That's kind of like trying to think. It's kind of like a defensive player winning the MVP in the NFL, right? It's kind of like a pitcher winning MVP in the MLB, right?
All right.
I mean, maybe it's not that rare. More, super hockey fans could probably attest to that. But I believe a goalie winning the MVP is
it's definitely not common.
Big deal. Yeah, just this last year. And he's gotten several all NHL teams under his belt and everything. So, I mean, very probably, you could say, best goalie in the world, maybe? I don't know. Okay,
no, we can say it now.
Top 3 at least.
We can say it now.
Top 3 at least. Oh, yeah, you can say it now. Gold medal.
It's not like he doesn't have any proof to say that he's not.
One of the best performances of all time.
Like, everything from here, everything since that Noah Lyles clip. Yeah. Talking about, like, world champions of what? The United States. And we've proceeded to kick butt and take names. Again.
Oh, man.
Like, me, myself, as I'm sure with a lot of folks, definitely want to hang our hats on the Summer Olympics. We cannot be more excited for it in 2 years from now, especially being here in the States. But to keep up with the Winter Olympics, this is the first Winter Olympics that I've kept up with more than I've ever had in my entire life. Whether it's the hockey sides of things, probably both men's and women's teams coming up with gold medals. We came to the figure skating of it all. That was a lot of fun. Man.
I've seen more Alyssa Liu clips in my life.
Incredible.
Than like the last week than like in my entire life. Like it is just, it's crazy because man, she's such a great performance and her personality's phenomenal.
Yes.
She's just so fun to watch and it's just awesome. Like, the whole entire just run was great for Alyssa Liu and it's great.
But if I can say, probably my favorite moment of the Olympics didn't actually even have to do with Olympic events. it was one of the promos that they did getting ready for said Olympics.
Okay.
And it's fully recreating the scene from Miracle. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And John Hamm just coming in, just talking like, hey, we coming from most coveted prize. And someone says, collecting Canadian tears.
Yes.
You darn right. We're collecting Canadian tears with your Tim Hortons, with your Justin Biebers, whatever. Like, come on, guys.
I mean,
I'm
come
sorry.
on, dude.
We
Like-
can't, imagine better yet. Imagine if USA basketball lost in the Summer Olympics. Like, that's the magnitude.
never hear the end of it.
That's
Never
the
hear the end of it.
magnitude that we're talking
Yeah.
about here. Like, not
Yeah.
to say that there aren't any slouch. Like, the NHL, again, a lot of Americans, overseas players, so on and so forth. But to have, there's a closer talent gap than it is with basketball, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but even with that, like, that goes into the back and forth affair of it all. That goes into every bit of what the prep for that game was and what the game actually ended up becoming. Seeing the highlights as I woke up later that Sunday, I was smiling from cheek to cheek.
Man.
From
Dude,
sea to shining sea.
I
I had such pride.
Day. Oh, man.
I loved it.
No doubt. And then, I mean, it's like 9 a.m.
Yes.
And I'm just in my room like, let's go. I'm just like, I'm so pumped.
Oh, yeah.
USA, bald eagles and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like,
love
it was that big of a deal.
Miles over kilometers.
Because like you said, you know, like maybe a closer talent gap for sure. But like Canada, hockey is like
that's
it. It's like
that is
soccer to Brazil.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like, you know, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't know.
No, it's not.
But
I promise you.
I'm just saying, when you do something like that, you beat somebody who that's their sport.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna rub it in a little bit. You're gonna be super happy about it. I mean, it's the United States. Let's go, man. That's your country that just won gold.
Yep.
And the thing is, you start with the women's gold game, right? And I didn't get to watch most of it. I think it was streaming on something else, I believe, so I didn't really get to watch a whole lot of it. But I was keeping up with it. And so I saw, you know, like 1-0 the entire time, right? Hillary Knight.
Yeah.
Man, phenomenal hockey player. What a great player. Oh my gosh. Scores a late goal to force OT. Kind of similar with the men's game, right? But I mean, it was one in the first period, one in the second period. Yeah. But Hillary Knight, man, great player. And then an OT, man. Megan Keller with just, I mean, absolutely loses her defender and scores the golden goal. I was losing my mind. Okay, we beat Canada twice in that tournament. Shut them out the first time. I think Canada had been shut out in a women's national Olympics. I think, or just a women's national team getting shut out in the Olympics. Yeah, which is crazy. Then beat them 2-1 in the gold game. I'm losing my mind. Erin Frankel, also the goalie for the women's team. I mean, the entire tournament, phenomenal performance. I believe she allowed 2 goals in 5 games. I mean, incredible. The women's team is amazing. It's
almost
so
as if
fun
we've
to watch.
been built for this.
Yeah, right.
And we've circled in that second week in February for a while now, being in Milan. And again, they kicked butt. They took names. I could not have. It's always the Olympics where it's like, hey, look, man, we're here and we're locked in more than we've had with a handful of other sports. But best believe I'm sitting here. I'm on the edge of my seat seeing Alyssa Liu go absolutely insane.
Yes.
I'm on the edge of my seat when it came to, even before the Olympics, I was so excited and then eventually devastated when it came to the Lindsey Vonn news of it all. Yeah. Like there was like the amount of storylines.
That was kind of the beginning.
Yeah.
You know? And you're kind of like, oh.
What's next just as a whole, because she's been a fixture when it comes to skiing for years.
Boy, did the United States just absolutely pick up from that and
move
on.
Time.
It was 12 gold medals, the most that we've had in a single Winter Olympics.
Yep.
I think it was previously 10 because we set it with 11, and then the men's gold was like, we got 12, so we set the bar even higher.
Yeah.
Norway, hats off to them, right? Just a great performance. We weren't going to touch them as far as the medal count and gold. Yeah. They just had a phenomenal performance. Yeah. But, man, to get second in the Winter Olympics is perfect. Like, that's great. That's awesome. We're not really a winter sports team,
like,
no
disrespect.
Country.
No disrespect, but for us to make the waves and the dominance that the U.S. is able to have in sports that are no disrespect, just afterthoughts, as opposed to like the track and field of it all, like the basketball, the swimming, like those are gonna those are still seen the way they have been seen.
Those take care of itself, right?
Cannot stress enough to get on the ice in a sport that yes, we're good in. I mean,
but we're not usually Canada, right?
We're not usually Canada. And when you even looked at the stats in the box score, which goes back to that Nate McKinnon quote, right?
Yes.
Look, man, I don't know of a way to say that sounded kind of loserish without sounding like a bad person. But like, imagine you're in a fist fight, right?
Yeah.
I got more hits on dude. Yes, but
Hey,
you're bleeding.
Technical.
Yeah,
I was technical, right?
I was
but
searching
who got knocked out.
Your nose is this way. You're bleeding, and you're talking about how you had more significant strikes
I got
than
more
dude.
jabs.
Like you're talking about how you got him to the ground when you need help off of the ground.
And that's a perfect statement right there. Like that's a great statement what you just said. Like the thing is, yes, you held the puck. I understand what you're trying to say. I don't agree with what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to say. What was the score? What was the score?
Which to that point, that method matters none if you weren't able to win the game.
Because guess what? You don't almost beat somebody, and you don't almost score. You score, and whoever has the most goals wins gold. As simple as that.
I would never.
And he had a wide open shot as well. If you saw that picture,
yes,
he had net. I mean, bigger than a broadside of a barn.
He smoked it. 100%. There's no other way to describe it.
He's quoting that, right? He said you could have won the game right there. But guess what? Guess who had more goals? Guess who had? Guess who ran into Hellebuck? Connor Hellebuck.
Shout out to my guy David Lovejoy. David, I love you so much. I will never forget. I was having a conversation with him years and years ago, and like the word "almost" was brought up in conversation. Almost counts for horseshoes and hand grenades, buddy. I'm sorry. That means nothing about a slap shot. That means nothing about a power play. Things that I still don't even know what they truly mean. But it matters none.
There's a lot of almost in life, but it never wins you the gold medal.
Yes. There's one certainty, though. Men's and women's hockey kicking absolute red maple tail.
Both of them need credit. And, like, you know, the men got a lot of because it hadn't been done since 1980, the Miracle Ice, that they got the gold. But, man, the women's team is so good, too. The women's team is phenomenal. USA women's hockey is just as good. Maybe it could be, I don't know, you could say maybe better than the men's side because, I mean, I think they moved pretty flawlessly through that tournament. And then, you know, the gold game was the gold game against Canada. That one was going to be played close regardless. But, man, I mean, both sides, so good. And obviously, you got to mention Matt Boldy, who scored the first goal, a hustle goal for the United States, and then Jack Hughes. Man. Yeah, that guy, Jack Hughes, sniping that thing into the net. You know what I mean?
And props to the team. You know, obviously with the news about Gaudreau years ago, like leading into these Olympics, of course. It was way more of an emotional moment.
Oh man,
than one would have thought, to be able to have the win, to have the family out there, and just it was a really, really great wholesome moment. It was a really great full circle type of moment in that moment, holding up the gold medal.
When the flag went up for the national anthem, man, I think I teared up. I really did.
Yeah,
it was that important. You know,
that's the Olympics, baby.
Huge.
Yeah.
Just I mean, hockey and beating a country who's that you know that's their sport. Yeah, that is their sport.
But but truly, what other sporting events can really elicit that type of just gut feeling as far as emotions? I mean, yes, should the Cowboys win a championship, I can only imagine what you may be feeling. But it's something that brings everybody into the fray, everybody into the mix, you know?
What it was just, you know, like you kind of expect basketball to win gold, right? Because we're just that good.
Yeah.
With something so close and something that you know, somebody that represents your country, and when they come out on top like that in something that you think is close or that, you know, is an absolute battle, you don't know what the outcome's going to be. Mm-hmm. When you come out on top and see something like that, that's going to make you emotional every time, right? And so when I saw the flag going up, I was just like, man, USA, baby. Mm-hmm. USA, bald eagles and whatnot, everything. Gold medal, man, big win. It's just like, I just, man, that it really kind of left you speechless at one point.
Last question from me, at least.
Yeah.
Let's say in an alternate world, you're a U.S. Olympian, you're coming back with a gold medal. What's the first thing you do when Max Preston comes back to Amarillo, Texas, knowing that not only did he represent the country, but he came back with hardware? What is it that Olympians even do when they get back home? I saw the clip from Alyssa Liu coming back from the airport in Oakland, and just walking through, like, there's some people like greeting her, like handshakes, like round of applause, the whole thing. But like, what's there? I find it I would say it is almost impossible to go back to my regular life.
Right.
If the entire world saw me excel and thrive in the most high pressure of situations.
Like on the like, technical or just like what you should do on the side of it, like, first thing, give thanks to the Lord, man.
Yeah, of course.
God, God always with you, giving you strength. Shout out to Jesus, and just, it gives you strength to get through that.
Absolutely.
Like technically, like smart speaking, like kind of like have your your loved ones close by, right?
Yeah.
And make sure you're together, and like you kind of instead, like if you gain fame or you gain money out of it, like just kind of be smart and just kind of
do your best to stay
figure
grounded.
out what you're gonna do with it, and just kind of figure that out. Figure out a plan. Outrageous or just a fun answer, bro, you're coming back home with family and friends, and you're absolutely turning up in the backyard or whatever, or you're going to the local pub or whatever, something like that. If you're coming to your hometown, get some hometown people around you and be like, this is for Amarillo, Texas. You know what I mean? So like, it is what it is, because like you're gonna have a little bit of a get together, a party at some point. Because and I saw a video of the men's team on a stage at a club, just like, like they were partying up at a club in Miami, I think, or something like that. That's just kind of inevitable, right? Like that's like you got to do that. Like you got to get out and just be like, gold, baby, let's go. It's kind of what it is. But definitely take the time to thank God and take the time to spend time with your family and friends. Then go party. Then go turn up, man. We won gold, baby. We won gold, and I'm thinking that's exactly what a lot of them did and everything. So, man, what a great day. Sunday will be remembered for a long time, at least for me, for sure. Just going from 1980 to 2026. First time they'd won gold, or since then, and miracle, and for it being Miracle on Ice too, like it's just crazy to come back and win like that against Canada, especially after they fell short in the Four Nations matchup. Yeah, beat them in that regular tournament game, but then when they faced in the championship, Canada won in OT, I believe. But man, would have much rather had the Olympic gold, no doubt about it, and they got it. So just a great performance, and I'm just so happy. Women's team, phenomenal, just a dominant performance. Men's team, dominant performance. We got to celebrate both teams. It's both sweeping Canada for gold, right?
It's not only to say that the United States is a country of hockey players. Like that's like it's part of the four major sports. Might be seen with higher regard amongst the four major sports in the USA. Because again, football is here, basketball is here. Figure out what you want to do with those three spots. Hockey, more times than not, has been kind of on the outside looking in, for lack of a better way of saying it, for them to thrive the way that they did. Hey man, me in their shoes, I remember 2016 J.R. Smith for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He does not hold a candle to what I would have done if I'm an Olympic gold medalist. Like first off, the medal's not coming off of me.
You got shirt and shorts off, right?
well, within reason. All within reason. But we will certainly have an absolutely phenomenal time. And true last thing for me when it comes to the Olympics. This is definitely on some broadcast nerd admiration type of time. Shout out to Mike Tirico, man.
Oh man,
you finished up the Super Bowl. You're covering. You're in the coverage and all that from Levi Stadium as you're then getting ready to fly to Milan and be the voice, face for the broadcasting of it all throughout this entire Olympics. Like he's in a true. I think it was either Rich Eisen or Scott Van Pelt was talking about the other day. and paraphrasing a bit from what they were saying, of course, but Mike Tirico has put himself in a whole different type of stratosphere as a broadcaster.
No doubt.
And as broadcasters, that's something that you always dream about, is being able to be in consideration for being a part of the team for covering something like the Olympics. So I mean, props to him.
As broadcasters, I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because what a run for that guy.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl and the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably just losing his mind, but he still found a way to just do it. And he figured it out, man. He's just, I mean,
he needs his own medal. Honestly. Like, he needs his own type of medal.
He'll go in the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame. That's 1,000%, no doubt about it. But yeah, shout out Mike Tirico. I like that. That's a good mention of him. Great dude, does a good job for sure over there for NBC, without a doubt. But that's kind of all we got nationally, I think. Let's make some picks and kind of, we got a fun question today. Let's do that. But let's take a quick break. We come back, we'll pick some college games, and I think this guy wants to say something about Duke as well. Let's do that.
Maybe a thing or two. Maybe a thing or two, for sure.
So let's do that. Stick with us on Map It Out. Welcome back on Map It Out. We got some picks to make. We also got to talk a little Duke basketball, right?
I got a thing or two, just super duper quick, because again, for what the past week has been in the national news, the national sports news, everything started and stopped with the Olympics for every bit of it made sense of it, of course. That Saturday though, that past Saturday before the gold medal game for hockey. Again, talking about basketball fans, you could not have asked for a better weekend of college basketball. You start out with, in my opinion, something that should also be talked about quite a bit, and that was Kansas getting absolutely smoked by Cincinnati. Like, that can lead into a whole different thing with Darren Peterson. We got plenty of time from now until the start of the tournament, the end of the tournament, and beyond. I don't think Kansas is going to make it that far in the tournament regardless if Darren Peterson's out there. But I'll expound on that as we move further. But the Houston-Arizona game, as we've seen Big 12 basketball throughout the years, especially this season being no exception to it, the Big 12 has firmly been the best conference in all of men's basketball. Yeah. And the margin is growing by the week with the amount of teams, not just in the top 25, but in the top 10. Like, Iowa State's been in there. Tech, even without JT Toppin, they're still a tough team. They're still an incredibly tough out. Arizona without Koa Pete, and their back-to-back losses. For them to right the ship the way that they did this past Saturday and beat Houston, they're still one of the top teams in the entire country. Loved it. Loved every single bit of it as a college basketball fan. As a Duke basketball fan. and I'm going to keep it brief because we got to get out of here soon. Yeah. Cam Boozer put a performance together that I believe truly warrants him being not just the best freshman in the country, but the best college basketball player in the country. And if I can briefly tie in my Darren Peterson take of it all, sure, AJ should probably be number one. He's had some phenomenal games, even despite the losses. No, AJ is great. But as we move further in these next couple of weeks, in the end of the conference schedule, the start of the tournament, we talked about it before we got started, tournament success should count for something, because that goes into, I believe, that extra bit of reserves that you have, the extra bit of intangibles that one needs to have, especially in this new wave of basketball, when your top players are no older than 19, 20 years old. Yeah. For Cam Boozer to be 18 going on 19 years old, put together 18, 10, and 7, rather efficient as well. I don't understand for the life of me, in the most subjective way, why Cam Boozer is seen as no further than the third best prospect in the country. Like, again, we can break down the weeds of it and get real nitpicky about it over the next couple of weeks, but there aren't too many players. Honestly, there isn't a player with the skill set, with the stats, and with the resume that has been Cam Boozer with Duke University. Absolutely phenomenal. I loved every bit of it. For someone to go, shot for shot, band for band with Yaxel Lindenberg, with Lindenberg is a great player as well. Also probably has a good 5 years on Cam Boozer as well. Like, you could not have asked for a better weekend of college basketball. And as someone who does admire some Duke basketball, anytime those four letters are on the top of the AP top 25, I got a smile on my face. Will that smile disappear in the next couple of days? Probably. Virginia's a really tough team, and those are the two top teams in the ACC. There's that other baby blue school that they got to play the following Saturday after that as well. And then obviously the tournament. Those who have seen, those who have heard about Duke basketball, there'll be moments where they'll go to the Final Four. And there are also going to be moments where CJ McCollum drops 40. Not much you can really do in that moment. So I think it was a really fun weekend of basketball. Props to Duke.
Yeah, no doubt. Real quick, so fun question today.
Yes.
Before we go, which player would you like to see, just any sport, become a head coach after their playing career?
Ooh.
I'm gonna give you a funny answer. But
Okay.
You give me whatever answer you got.
Okay. Who would I love to see be a coach at the end of their career? Oh, that's a really good question. You know what? I really want, or I would love, and I know it's never going to happen because despite him putting up historic numbers, he honestly could not care less about the NBA.
Yep.
Nikola Jokic has a basketball IQ that's second to none, in my opinion.
So you imagine him being a coach just on the sideline.
I think it could be fun.
Just go score.
I think it could be fun. Like he's calling the timeout. Like, why aren't all of you guys playing like me? Because we're not you.
Yeah.
you've had one of the greatest primes we've ever seen from a player in NBA history.
The guy on TikTok where he's just like, oh, it's just gonna be more coworkers, and just
That's
go score
him.
basketball.
That's
Please do that.
1,000% him for sure.
I got so. I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson. Not because it just coaching, but because he's going to celebrate with his players when they're scoring a touchdown. He's going to be grittying with his players when they're scoring a touchdown. I want to see that as a head coach. I want to see a guy like they score a touchdown and he's just kind of like, all right, like good job, like smacking five, like good job. He's out there like,
that's
you
cool.
know what I mean? Like he gets in the
yeah.
end zone with them.
He's
Like,
having
we're
fun.
scoring touchdowns. Wouldn't
He's
that be
having
great?
fun.
Wouldn't that be great to see out of a head coach?
You need more of that relatability to from coach to player as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's a perfect choice, personally.
No doubt. Man, we had fun today. It was a quick episode. We kind of had to go quick today, but yeah, we got to get out of here. We're out of time. They're knocking on the door and everything, trying to push us out of here. But anyway, this has been episode 7 of Map It Out. We'll have more. We'll definitely go more in depth. We'll have more stuff next week. You know, we kind of ran out of time, but yeah, we'll have a lot of time. We'll be on time and everything, and talking more about boys, girls basketball playoffs, more national stuff. But man, go USA men's hockey and women's hockey. Great performance. Gold medal.
Go USA, man.
Sweet Canada. But man, hey, everybody have a great weekend. Have a good day today as well, and we'll see you next week.